Today we're out here in Litchfield Park checking out some super beautiful, massive homes. Our first home right over here is going to be almost 4,000 square feet with a 7-bedroom option. This next home is going to be around 2,500, but as you can see, it has that beautiful RV garage. Then we have another home at 2,500. Then we have another home at about 3,500 with an RV garage as well. If you've been thinking about making the move to Litchfield Park, Arizona, this may be a great community for you. And they don't just have new builds that you see right behind me, but they are actually starting their spec homes, and this community is really not that old. So if you're looking for a pretty great equity to get started, this may be a great community for you. If you've been thinking about making the move to Phoenix, Arizona, and you want some assistance, my name's Nicole Baker, and I help with tons of people relocating to the Phoenix metro area. If you've been interested in that, my number and email are popping up, but let's go ahead and get started on some of these tours. I'm super excited for this one. Okay, starting off here with the first home, this one is going to start at 596,900, and this one is already almost 4,000 square feet, which is insane. You have the option to do up to 7 bedrooms on this house. The exact square footage is actually 3,627 square feet. I feel like finding a size home like this is almost impossible. So coming in here, you enter into just a nice long hallway. On the left-hand side from there, you have a closet. You're gonna have your first full bathroom. They upgraded the cabinets, they upgraded the countertops, they've upgraded all of this, did the tile in there. All of these homes are gonna be super upgraded. If you guys haven't seen the first portion of this video, I kind of explain a little bit more about that and how Fulton does that. So if you haven't watched that, once you're done with this video, I will tag it at the very end so you can go back. That's gonna be your garage entry. This is going to be your half bath, which is really nice and big. The whole house is everything. That's gonna be a common theme that I say throughout this video, is everything is extra large sized. They do have a 3-car garage on this one, so it's gonna be a 3-car tandem. Coming into the kitchen, huge kitchen, dining, living space. Really nice big 4-door slider. Coming down here on the right-hand side, you have your pantry. If you have a big house, you need a big pantry, in my opinion. Here's gonna be the gourmet kitchen. So I've never seen it like this, but I like it. So you have your microwave up top, then you have oven 1 and oven 2. A little bit smaller, right? You can't fit a full turkey in there. Actually, that would be my concern. Oh no, you could probably put a turkey in this, but it might be tight. So something to think about if you decide to do the gourmet one on this one. Here we are at the fridge, nice and built in, which I love. You can definitely tell that they spent a lot of money, especially in this model, but just this collection from the last collection is a very big difference. You have your gas stove here. Here's a little look over from the kitchen and the sink area. They have a mini fridge on this one, some open shelving as an option. Coming back down through here, you have that dining space. Again, living room, good sized living room. You could easily put a way bigger sectional in here if you wanted. Here's an example of what you could do for the backyard. The backyards will be just dirt, and you will have to go ahead and landscape these yourself. At this community, you do have to landscape the front yard yourself as well, but they do give you about a $2,000 credit to go ahead and do that. It's probably gonna be more than $2,000 depending on what you decide to do, but good to know and be aware of. The 2-story backyards are gonna be a lot larger, so you'll see the next house that we are gonna go to is a 1-story. You can see the end of their covered patio is right there. I'm standing at the end of this covered patio right now, probably double the size. So if you want a big backyard at this community, you're probably gonna have to go the 2-story route. But let's go ahead and head upstairs now. Once you get upstairs, on the right-hand side, you have this nice, huge loft. Of course, if you want to do 7 bedrooms, something is going to have to give. I'm sure they have a couple different options on where you can take certain spaces away and add that bedroom. Coming down this hallway, we have linen closet, good storage here. Now we have our 2nd bedroom. Great size bedroom, third bedroom, again, really good size. Easily a queen right here with extra space. Not much space for a dresser, but I'm sure if you kind of did a different configuration, you could make that work. And then you have a full bathroom, so second full bathroom here. They did the executive height cabinets, but kept it simple with the cultured marble up top, upgraded to the square sink, kept the surround at the bathtub standard as well, but looks really nice. Coming back up through that hallway, so here's your stairs. Down here, we have closet. I love when they do like a loft closet for games and just extra storage up here. Laundry room across from there. So they've upgraded all the cabinets up top and the sink. There is gas for the washer dryer here. Coming down a little bit more. This house is never ending. On the left-hand side, we have our now fourth bedroom. Yep, walk-in closet on this one. Then we have our third bathroom, double sink still, and then it has a little separation for the tub and toilet. Next bedroom from here, great size again, standard closet for this one. And then more storage, linen closet, okay. Coming down from there, we have our primary bedroom. Primary bedroom, a little bit smaller than I think some of their other primary bedrooms, but plenty of space. I don't really feel the need to have a super massive primary bedroom. You guys can let me know what you think. Right in the actual room is the closet versus being more in the bathroom. Great size here, plenty of space. And then coming down here, we have the actual primary bathroom. On the left, you have the toilet space. You have the big walk-in shower, double sinks here, and then looks like more storage. So pretty good size house here. Let's go ahead and head to the next one to kind of see the flow of that house. Okay, starting off with our next home. This one does have the RV garage, which is super nice. 2,485 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. And I don't know if I said the price yet, but $578,900 starting. So right when you walk in, huge long hallway, nice tall ceilings. They've upgraded these beams. I'm not sure if that's something that is an option at Design Gallery, but of course we can always ask. On the left-hand side of the hallway, we have, coming down here, our first bedroom right at the front. A little bit smaller, but again, you have space for the dresser, you have space for 2 nightstands and the queen bed. So plenty of space for a kid's room or a guest room. From there, we have our first full bathroom for that bedroom right there and guests. They've upgraded this tile all the way to the top of the ceiling there. And then we have our laundry room at the front as well. Smaller laundry room, but they utilize the space really well, adding extra cabinetry here, sink, extra cabinets up top, and extra cabinets there. Those are all upgraded. And then you have linen closet, but a very deep, nice one. So you can see they've put, some pillows in here, blankets, extra overall just storage. So that's really nice. Coming back into the long hallway. On the left-hand side from there, we have our den space. You could do this as an office, a playroom, and I'm sure they have the option to make this into that 4th bedroom. On the right-hand side from there, you have your garage entry and then kind of like a catch-all space. And then we enter into the kitchen living area. Really, really pretty kitchen. Seriously utilized every inch of this kitchen. I love how, they've still used that wall and made it actually useful. And then you have your living space. So this dining room has, I think it's a little bit tight on how many chairs they've put here. So I would probably only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chairs total. They have 8 on there. And then they have this massive sectional. I don't know if I've ever seen a sectional this big. So they're really showing you here how to utilize this space to get the most bang for your buck and just have a lot of seating. And then kind of checking out the kitchen one more time, you have this oversized island, which is really, really pretty. They did the gourmet kitchen in here as well. Little bit of a different setup. So there's sometimes different options for gourmet kitchens. One might be your standard kitchen, one may be a gourmet kitchen, and one may be a gourmet elite, just depending on that specific floor plan and depending on the builder, of course, as well. So then you have the kitchen. They've done some extra pull-out drawers, which are, you know, an upgrade. They've done cafe appliances in here. They did the probably quartz composite or granite composite sink, which is really pretty. Pull-out trash is an upgrade. Pots and pan drawers are an upgrade. And then they even added some more over here. Let's check out the pantry as well. Pretty standard size pantry, not as big as the previous one, but also the house is 1,000 square feet less than that last one. Behind the kitchen, we have a bathroom, full bathroom here. Semi-standard, I would say, right? So you have executive height cabinets, that's been upgraded. The countertops have been upgraded, but they kept the standard surround. They've also upgraded all the baseboards in this house, which looks like maybe 6 5-inch baseboards. So that's a pretty large upgrade as well. Here we are in the bedroom with a walk-in closet. So this is our second bedroom, right? Yeah, second bedroom, primary bedroom, and then where I told you guys right here, this can be probably transformed into the fourth bedroom, I would guess. Coming back into the living space, you have the big, 16-foot, what did they call it at the last video? I said an atrium door or something. I call it a sliding glass door, Arcadia door. Again, backyard here, not as big as the previous one, still enough space to put a pool. There is a community pool, there's community pickleball. So if you don't want to do any of that, you don't have to. Here we are, really, really deep hall closet or the husband's closet right off the master bedroom, depending on what kind of vibe you guys go for. Here we are in the primary. Coming down here, we have our primary bath, so double sinks. They did the tub shower here, which is a really good example for you guys to see. And then you have another closet, perfect for the wifey. And then you have down here, the toilet space, and then maybe husband's second closet or linen closet. Again, you guys do what you want, but that's it for this house. Let's head to our next house. Before we head to the next house, I forgot to show you guys the most important part of this house, which is the RV garage. That is going to be a huge factor for a lot of you guys. So you have your 2-car deep garage here. It is a single door, but you have 2 deep. And then here's the RV garage itself. Tankless hot water heater, soft water lube. This storage does not come with it, but just an example. And I would say this is probably a 45-foot RV garage. Some of you guys do have bigger RVs, so that probably wouldn't work, but I believe the last house has an RV garage too, and that one might be a little bit deeper. Next house, this one starts at $559,900, 2,493 square feet, 3 to 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, and a lot of these homes do have quick move-ins available as well. If you guys are looking for a spec home versus, let's say, a 6 to 8 month build time, they have options for both. Walking in, you have a super long hallway that peeks into that family room. On the left-hand side from there, we have closet space. Nice and deep linen here, kind of like a pantry. And then we have our laundry room. What do you guys feel about the laundry rooms being in the front? It's kind of like a Fulton thing, I've noticed. Not a lot of homes have that, but kind of cool. Here is that first bathroom. First front bedroom. This one's a really great size. Standard 2-door slider closet. Another closet. So we have already 2 huge closets in the front. Coming back into the big hallway. On the left-hand side, they have a formal dining space. This would be an opt to go ahead and do a second bedroom here. Really nice size though, super pretty. Coming into this space, before we get into the kitchen, which, wow, obsessed, we have our garage entry And it looks like they have a little guest suite on this one, which is really cool. So you enter in and you have kind of like a living room, hangout space, a little bit smaller, but still you don't need much space. This is just gonna be a guest area. And then you have the kitchenette with the microwave up here. They have their own bedroom detached with the door, and then standard closet there. And you also have your own bathroom here. Walk-in showers, what they upgraded it to. Really pretty. If you're looking for an actual full-on next-gen with your own refrigerator and everything, let me know. We do have options for that as well. And then you enter into your beautiful, beautiful kitchen, dining, living space. Look at this kitchen, guys. I am obsessed with the cabinets that go all the way to the top. That is a huge upgrade, but a very cool upgrade. They did the dual paint here. That's an option if you guys want it. Pull out trash. Huge farmhouse style sink. They did what looks to be maybe Wolf appliances, Sub-Zero fridge, all built in, super fancy. That's really nice. Really, really pretty kitchen. Clear glass on some of the doors. And then you have your living space, big living space. So you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would say you could at least do a sectional this big if you want extra seating space, but you don't have to. Obviously, it just depends on how big your guys' family is. Backyard, similar size to the previous one, slightly bigger. You could still do a pool if you wanted to opt to do that. They have like a little mini golf course thing. What will be a barbecue eventually. This community just opened, so it's not super finished, but they're getting there. Coming down here, we have our primary bedroom. Very pretty primary bedroom. I would say the biggest one we've seen so far. So if you want a bigger primary, this would be a good option. And then you have your primary bathroom. Right there, we have, through the hallway, we have a linen closet. This feels slightly tight, this little walkway right here. I don't know if it's because this, these frames are a little bit thicker, but it does feel slightly tight. And then you have your double sinks, nice, huge, huge walk-in shower, which they've upgraded. You have the one over here, and then you have kind of like the handle one over there. And then you have your closet space, which is nice size as well. What do you guys think? I like this one. I don't know. This is a really good single story floor plan. Did I show you guys the pantry? Let me show you that too. I know pantries are very important, and then also we just get one more really good look at the kitchen, which again, I'm obsessed with. Here's the pantry right off of there. So not the biggest pantry we've seen, but plenty of storage in my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think. But let's head to our last house. Okay, and our final house today, this one's gonna start at 661. It is 3,532 square feet, 3.5 bath, 4 to 5 bedrooms, and a 4-car garage. So entering in through the massive front door. If you're looking for grand, I can already tell this house definitely has it. So you'll have these super, super tall ceilings immediately when you walk in. On the right-hand side from there, we have what looks to be a half bath. Great for guests right off the front door. This is going to be immediately the RV garage. Nice and cool in here. This one has its own mini split here. So if you decide to do a build, of course you can add as many upgrades as you would like. Really nice in there. And then you also have your under the stairs storage, which is great. From the left of that, we have what looks to be our first little bedroom space. So here we are. We have closet. Okay. Full bathroom. They did not upgrade the countertop here, but they upgraded the height of the cabinets and the cabinets themselves. They upgraded this to a shower. And then you have your first front bedroom. Good size front bedroom. Then you have your other garage space, let's check this out really quick if it's able to be looked at. So this is just gonna be your standard 2-car garage, but it is gonna have that like side entry that you saw from the very beginning. And then if you do park in your garage, you're gonna enter into the laundry room. Nice size laundry room, tons of cabinets in this one, which they upgraded cabinets up top as well. And then more storage. Fulton really knows how to do the storage thing. Okay, coming back in. So if you're confused by the floor plan, it is a little bit of a more funky one for this one, but we just are at the front door basically again. Coming down into the hallway, on the left-hand side, we have a little sitting area, hangout space. They've put a little built-in desk there. That could be an option to do a bedroom. And then you have your living space, really pretty, nice and big. Kitchen space here. They did not do the super upgraded kitchen in this one, but it's still really pretty. So they did upgrade the island. They upgraded the countertops themselves to the super deep edge. Then you had the monogram appliances in this one. Of course, you can opt to do the appliances or not. Built-in microwave and oven. Here is your pantry. And then you have the gas stove. Nice big deep stainless steel sink. And look at the dining room. They have the square table. So 2, 4, 6, 8 people for this area. And then they have the 16-foot atrium door that enters into the backyard. This is a 2-story, so you're gonna have a little bit more space in the backyard than the previous ones. But just to kind of give you an idea of design, not too bad for sizing. And then right behind us, you can kind of see it a little bit, but that's gonna be the community pool. They are still in the process of building it. Like I said, this community is fairly new, so they have a little bit more to go before all the amenities. But let's head upstairs. Once you get upstairs, you have this massive loft, which is nice. We'll go to the left to start. Closet again. Then we have our next bedroom. Great size bedroom, plenty of space in here. Then we have our next bedroom, great size as well, plenty of space, standard closets in both of these. And then we have our bathroom for this, 2 bedrooms upstairs. Not super upgraded, right? So they kept this pretty standard. This is a little small upgrade. What else? All standard in here. Looks like they upgraded the toilet slightly. Now for the other side, all the way across the loft for a little bit more privacy, we have our primary bedroom. Whew, it's like a jog up here, guys. Okay, primary bedroom. Whoa, keeps going. Okay, this is definitely the biggest primary that we've seen. And then you have your primary bathroom. So here is storage, closet, decent sized closet here. And then you have shower, freestanding tub, which is kind of nice. And then you have your double sinks, tons of storage here with the toilet space in the corner. And then I wanted to show you guys through this window. You can kind of see the actual, whoa, blown out. Okay, you can actually see the community pool a little bit better, but you're gonna have the community pool, you're gonna have the park across the street, has some swings on it. Looks like they're gonna have bocce ball, and then across from there, a little bit further down, they're gonna have their pickleball space. Tons of open green area. And then let's check out one last space. We have our laundry room. I like the laundry room right next to the primary bedroom. You guys can let me know what you think. And again, another closet. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget, this is section 2. So if you want to watch part 1 with these smaller homes at a little bit more of affordable price point, I'll go ahead and tag that here at the very end of this video. And if you want something after you see that one that's even a little bit smaller, comment and let me know, because we do have another section over here that I have not filmed yet, and it has a little bit more of affordable homes that you could probably be in a pretty big 2-story, maybe at like 650. Those ones don't have RV garages. That's going to be in almost, I think it was around 3,500 square feet for that 2-story, but they have homes that are 1,500 square feet too. They pretty much have everything in this community as an option for you guys. You just let me know what you want, and I think that's it for today's video. If you've been thinking about making the move to Phoenix, Arizona, and you want some assistance, I am a native to Arizona. I have actually relocated for a very, very short time, but came back to Arizona. And so I'm very familiar with the relocation process for myself, but also I mainly help relocation clients. So all of my clients pretty much come from YouTube, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. But point being is you guys are in good hands. This is what I do. And so if you've been thinking about it, go ahead and reach out. My number and email are popping up. I would love to hop on a Zoom call with you guys and really deep dive into a plan for you and to the areas that are going to make sense for you and your family. It's really hard to plan if you are unfamiliar with these areas, so I can definitely walk you guys through that. But until next time, one more thing, don't forget to subscribe. I post videos every Monday at 5 p.m. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.